Boom. Okay, there it is.
There
Layton
we
Gaming
are!
Hours.
Oh my goodness! It's true Layton Gaming Hours! Woo! We are so back.
We're so back, gamer.
Absolutely, gamers.
I'm gonna spend
We're
2
back.
hours streaming the title screen.
Woo! We're
Let's
back,
get started.
Layton Bros. So today, what are we doing today?
Gaming. I have a brownie. Case 3, though. Which is the first of the paid cases.
It seems the stream stream on my end was a little laggy, but we're going.
That's because it's in like better text mode, which I think is lower FPS, so I can process it more.
Oh, okay. Alright, so we got Florence. Justin Lawson. That guy has a very red nose.
Really
a murder
pointy. But yeah, this is the first of the paid cases, so this is what you got if you paid for the game.
Oh.
It's time to see if this is actually worth any money, I guess.
Well, it should be.
These are probably the cases people have seen the least of.
Exactly. This one, now we're delving into brand new territory. You here, Al?
That's loud. I didn't see that, but I was gonna go check. Like, oh my god, is it peeking the auntie?
You here, Al? Are we expecting you? Oh, I must be in the wrong room.
I wasn't here for the mystery room. I was here for the murder room. Ah, Lawson, what are you doing here?
There you are, Al. So who's this young lady then? I'm Lucy Baker. I'm the prof's new research assistant.
I don't know who says prof.
Prof. I just said prof last time, so.
Yeah, I mean, real life, I don't think I've ever heard someone say prof before.
No, I don't like it.
You two haven't met before, have you? Dude's got the fade on the sides. This is Justin Lawson. He's a detective with the Serious Crime Squad.
Serious Crime
The Serious
As opposed
Crime
to the
Squad.
silly Crime Squad.
Yeah.
No, this is the Serious Crime Squad. There's no laughing matter here.
With his pinstripe pants.
Sorry, but the introductions will have to wait. Have you heard about the actress in the on-stage murder case?
That sounds like the next bit of gameplay.
I have. I saw it on the Jeremy Summer Show.
That's Jeremy Renner show for a second.
Featuring all your fun characters from the Jeremy Renner Show, starring Jeremy Renner, and special guest star Jeremy Renner.
Playing himself.
Yes, sponsored by the Jeremy Renner app.
I saw a whole like retrospective breakdown on the Renner app. It's wild.
I imagine so. I gotta watch that sometime. Anyways, some loopy fan announced they were gonna kill the lass on stage. That's the press take on it, isn't it?
They've got it wrong. Was it you?
Yes, it's much more straightforward than that. A stagehand was found in the wings, holding the gun.
So you have your man then.
Unfortunately not. Someone punched the young bloke and knocked him out cold, you see.
So it's not as straightforward as he just said, then.
Yeah.
It's like...
What? The murderer got a thumping?
Interesting. This sounds like a case for the mystery room. We'll look into it. You guys are really awful at naming your divisions.
Yes. I had a feeling you'd want to take it on. I've already sent the file over. Good luck with it. This must have been the highest profile case the Prof and I had ever worked on. The incident took place in a famous West End theater. A popular actress was shot on stage in front of a full house.
Abraham Lincoln.
There were three suspects, one of whom were a famous actor. John Wilkes Booth? It were the hottest gossip in town, and the Jeremy Summers Show covered it every day. But the truth behind the case, that were the real shocker. No one could have guessed who the real culprit was. No one.
But we're gonna try to do it anyways.
Exactly.
Let's go over the case. The incident took place during a play in which a high-profile actor and actress were starring. The victim was Gloria Blaze, the actress playing the part of the heroine. Hero. How do you say that word? Because I keep the hero Brian each time I try to pronounce it.
It's heroin.
Heroin.
I think heroin. Like the like the heroin. Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's weird that those are pronounced. Are they spelled any differently? I don't know.
Heroin heroin is with no E.
No E? Oh, right.
There's no E in heroin.
Heroin and English is a weird language.
Yes.
More cold takes coming at you. English weird, kind of unorganized.
Next cold take. Water is very important for you.
Drink water. If you're not drinking it, you'll die.
You'll
die when the water goblins get you, and you don't have enough water in your system to fend them off.
Exactly.
The victim, a famous actress, an actress of illustrious theatrical heritage who underwent stage training from a very early age and was greatly admired, engaged to famous actor Roscoe Strapping.
Huh.
That guy seems... Wasn't there a Roscoe Strapping the last case when they were talking about something about, like, the TV?
I think so. Continuity!
So, yeah, there's continuity here, I think. Wild. Unless it's wrong and it just sounds dumb, but, you know. I think that was...
I feel like it was, though.
Like the Roscoe Strapping show or something. Her co-star was a popular... My mind's not in the mood for reading, is it? I was gonna say popular platformer. Roscoe Strapping.
Popular platform. Super Roscoe Bros.
Super Roscoe Man. Victim's fiance and the star of the show, a preeminent star of the stage, of television and of film, who enjoys overwhelming popularity. Turns out the pair were also engaged to be married in real life.
In real life?
At the performance climax the other day, the hero, played by Strapping, shoots his unfaithful wife, played by Blaze. As the shot goes off, Blaze falls to the floor in a pool of blood. All this was exactly as scripted.
Okay.
Sensing a pattern of all of these murders having to do with relationship issues in some way, having it be involved.
Yes. Just every single one.
Despairing of his actions, the hero leaves the room. As he exits the stage, Strapping collides with a supporting actress by the name of Destiny Knox. These names.
Ooh, I bet she were having a case of the jitters before her big performance.
Immediately after that, the lights went out. In the pitch black, Blaze cries out for help. As it dawns on the audience that this is not part of the play, another shot rings out through the darkness.
No!
The stage director hurriedly brings the lights back up. Blaze is still where she lay, utterly motionless. Knox runs over to her and discovers that she's dead.
Shot in the dark, eh?
Now we have to turn the attention to another involved party, a stagehand by the name of Bray Clegg. That's such a stretch.
Okay.
Bray Clegg.
Remember that French guy?
Yeah.
The French guy from the first case was only 19. Why does this guy look younger than the French guy?
Dude,
and yet
I
is
thought it was
31.
like a 16-year-old intern or something when I saw the introduction thing. I was like, is this dude like an intern or whatever?
Yeah.
No, he's 31. He looks like he's less than 20. Bro,
Age in this game makes no sense.
it does not. It does not at all. A prop assistant who had a crush on Blaze, he personally manufactured all the props used in the show, from the replica gun to the fake blood. He's a stupid name. He was found laying unconscious in the wings. Okay, so he's the guy who was found with the gun in his hand. With the murder weapon in his hand.
By heck, Prof! There's not more incriminating than that, surely.
It's far from conclusive proof that he's the killer, so the information is being kept from the press. Anyway, Clegg claims he was hit by someone while the lights were out.
Sounds fishy to me.
Perhaps, but he definitely lost consciousness for a while. That is beyond dispute.
Huh.
So let's consider who the culprit could be. We can start with the stagehand Bray Clegg. He was found laying... Okay, we get it.
Yeah, got it. Going off the evidence we have, he's got to be our #1 suspect, eh?
Roscoe Strapping. Yep.
We know. I wonder.
Supporting actress. She was on stage with the victim. She was the closest person to the victim when the lights came out.
The one who discovered the body.
I mean, I think they all saw it at the same time. But she was on a stage.
Indeed.
So those are 3 suspects. Based on that information, Lucy, who do you think did it? What's your hunch? After you told me that, we'll start with the actual detective work.
It's curtains for whoever did this, Prof. You mark my words.
Just go with your gut feeling. Who's the criminal? Wait, nope. Sorry.
No, we don't want to do that.
Esther,
Let's
wait,
just
have a think about it? What's that mean?
let's just have a think about it. Kind of want to investigate the crime scene first. We need to do that first. Yeah, let's investigate that scene. Reconstruction.
Ooh.
No, it's smaller than the previous one, at least.
I'll give you 5 minutes this time.
No problem, Prof.
Okay.
First the body, I guess. Makes the
Yeah.
most sense. Corpse.
And
Oh,
now-
there's several things.
Stage position A. A mark indicating a Blaze is placed on stage for the scene in which she gets shot.
Indeed.
Blaze's dead body. She was killed with a single bullet through the chest. Forensics confirmed she was shot from a distance of 1 to 3 meters away.
Not too far a distance.
I think that might come into play with stage markers and maybe who could have been standing where.
Bloodstain.
A grim
Mix of
mix of
Blaze's
Blaze's
real
real blood and stage blood. Bright red is the fake blood, while the real blood has now darkened.
And there's the bloody note.
A typed slip of paper that reads, "You'll pay for betraying me." It's not a prop from the show, and it has a hole in it where the bullet went through. So it was placed on her before the bullet?
Maybe. Or maybe she read it And then
I mean, it's on her chest
carried
though,
it
and
with her?
then the
I don't know.
bullet went through the note that
She
was
put
on
it
her
in
chest.
her chest pocket. Let's go for the stage. Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Which one? That
Stage
guy?
hand. That's like out.
Like,
Plague gun.
this
This is
Clegg
where
was
Clegg was found, unconscious, revolver in hand, and the gun.
An old revolver. This one identifies the weapon that killed Blaze. 5 unused bolts were found in the cylinder.
Okay, so if the first shot had missed, there would have been more shots then.
Yeah.
This person clearly had it out for Blaze.
What's here? Oil stains.
Oil stain.
A large pack. A large
Lubricating
patch.
oil.
Listen to me by a hand rubbing along the wall. No fingerprints are present.
Hmm.
Well, that certainly
Sus.
is gun, maybe.
Hmm.
A ladder that
Could
links
be.
the 2 levels of the set. From the upper level, one can gain access to the lighting bridge. That sounds important.
Yeah, someone would have had to go up the lighting bridge. Perhaps the stagehand did. I don't know. It's all very weird.
Door in the set used for the
That's-
show. This is the exit strap and would have used to leave the stage after his final scene.
Got it.
Okay, stage position C.
I
B.
see.
So there's supposed to be 3 people, or
No, maybe it was like he's moving.
yeah, probably. I mean,
I don't know.
hmm.
And there's the table and chair.
Small table and chair that makes up part of the set. They're brand new and look great.
You look great. Somehow they
Thanks,
didn't give me
game.
blood stains. Bullet
Oh.
hole. Oh.
Sofa. Probably not that important. A standard
that-
lamp.
Hmm.
Picture in a bullet hole.
You know what's weird is the position of the bullet hole. Because, like, if the stagehand, if the guy who's unconscious shot her, then that wouldn't make any sense. Because if it was only one real bullet that was fired, that would have hit her. So it could have might have been someone in the audience.
Could have. They did say there's a fan, but I mean, no one's not on our culprit list.
Yeah.
But I think the oil stains
What?
are behind the painting here.
Hmm.
So they could have shot through the back of the wall
I
somehow,
don't know.
and then
I don't
shot
know.
her
Let's
in the
collect-
back.
Let's collect the evidence quickly, though.
Oil
An
painting.
oil painting.
It's
Oil.
not of any particular
Oil on the
value.
back wall. Coincidence? I think not.
Oh yeah. I mean, is that
Okay.
the bullet that kills her pierced the hanging picture to firmly lodge itself? So
Yeah.
okay, so it wasn't behind the set then. It couldn't have been.
It could have been.
So it could
Also-
be from the audience.
Yeah, it couldn't be the. And also, the guy would have had to run away if that were the case.
Hmm.
So
A
why would he
model
be
of a
turned
gun.
in the opposite direction of running away? That's
Only fire
weird.
blanks swimming in the oil used to lubricate the mechanism. So it's probably the oil on the wall remote switch. The switch to detonate the squib of fake blood that was concealed in Blaze's outfit. She was supposed to operate it at the appropriate time, but it was found in the bin. Wait a second. That gives me...
What?
so she didn't operate it but was supposed to, but it went off anyways?
Maybe someone put it.
So someone
Eh?
else did that.
What?
So that'd have to be someone who has access to the remote switch behind stage.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, really only leaves the person who works backstage.
Odd.
Or it could be the other girl, since she is only 7 is pointing to her right now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Plastic rubbish bin situated outside the site with the audience. Trace discarded items.
I think that's everything. Now we can name the culprit
Yeah.
because we totally have evidence. Yeah, I don't think there's much else outside of here. It's smaller than the last.
Who do you think the killer is? Generally, guys, good-looking, competent. There are rooms that shall stop at nothing to get apart. I mean, I don't know. Just killing in the middle of a play seems like a really not smart thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Feeling destiny, but I don't know.
oh, fanatical. There is
Yeah,
to
okay,
do.
never. This.
I mean, it has to be, right? Like, it looks like with the way that bullet went through the wall like that, it'd have to be from someone in the audience.
Exactly.
And
even
then the lights.
Destiny would not be able to get a good angle like that to hit the painting.
What's bugging me though is the lights thing, because to turn the lights off, you'd have to have someone on the other side. So one of these people could be an accomplice. I don't think they pulled the trigger.
Or maybe Bray is the one who was doing the lights.
Well, he did the props, but stagehand, yes, okay. Because when I see the remote, my mind goes to this guy because he's the only one who would have access to something like that, despite that being Blaze's thing.
I'm thinking random person. Personally, I don't think Bray did it. If Bray got knocked unconscious, then yeah.
How have you reached your conclusion?
Because no one's even mentioned the audience at all, and that speaks volumes if you ask me.
Brilliant.
Brilliant deduction, Lucy.
So you have no real basis for your conclusion.
The angle of the bullet!
The bullet
what
angle is right there. Like,
exactly.
I don't think any of the positions
obvious
on stage could have possibly led to an angle where it hits a painting.
Exactly.
If you believe that, how can we even begin to investigate?
Oh, well, I'm sorry if that just makes it too difficult for you, Prof.
No, tell me what you think. I think strapping's our man. Oh, you brought it.
What?
Yes, let's see, I'm... "92.9% sure of it." Yeah, his deduction ratings are going down over time.
Well, we'd best call your man in and have him put paid to your doubts about the other 7.1% then.
Exactly what I was hoping to do. But I'm not sure he'll come. Let's take a moment to consider what we already know about strapping.
I know something. Roscoe Strapping, stud of the stage, engaged to be married, but engaged in you know what, with another lass at the same time. At least, that's what they said on the Jeremy Summer show.
I swear, it's gonna be Jeremy Summer. They keep talking
Jeremy
about this dude who's not
Jeremy
related
Renner.
to this at all.
Jeremy Renner killed a woman. That's not true. That's not
so
fact.
Our suspect is something of a CAD, a computer-assisted develop. What was it? Computer-assisted design. Yeah.
He was carrying on an affair with
His
actress Destiny Knox.
That immediately puts Destiny at and Roscoe at more, because the note said something about betrayal.
Exactly.
So now I don't know, because if this is love, or more like a vengeful, jealousy-driven, then it could be either of those two.
I have no idea. But I guess we're not supposed to have any idea yet.
It could be Destiny.
Not yet. Could be. The worst kind of man and the enemy of all women.
We hate Roscoe Strapping.
We loathe Roscoe Strapping here.
But that's not what we should be focusing on here. There's something else that interests me.
Oh, What's that?
He's an actor. Actors are masters of deception. They make fantasy appear as reality. His strapping is one of the best.
Really?
Fendi likes acting when he goes to his sexy man phase.
Is Roscoe strapping the Chris Pratt of this universe?
Chris Pratt. He was
Actually, no.
he
He
voice
looks more
acted
like Robert Downey
Mario.
Jr. He looks more like Robert Downey Jr. to be
Yeah, he
honest.
does not look like Chris Pratt at all. But
No.
can you do Mario?
It's me, Mario. That's not the. But I love spending my days stomping on Koopas. Anyways, could be a tough nut to crack then, eh, Prof? And hey up, we've got company. Who are you?
Oh, there he is. Do excuse the unannounced entrance. Despite ringing the doorbell, I guess.
Oh, Roscoe Strapping.
Bro's just like the Monopoly man.
Yes.
Well, what a bell. An unexpected pleasure, I must say. Are you a fan, Precious? Oh, I have to voice this guy.
Ooh.
I hate him.
I can
hate
voice
that.
him if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Just like, wow, okay. Sure, dude.
You wish? I'm a research assistant here in the Mystery Room. DC Baker to you.
This is the Mystery Room. The very place I've been looking for. You must be Roscoe Strapping. Obviously, he said that, I'm pretty sure. The one and only. My fame and talent precede me, I see. Good. Good.
Good.
And you are... I just gotta do two male voices. They're gonna sound the same. I work here in the mystery room with Detective Constable Baker. Inspector Layton's the name. I keep forgetting this is supposed to be a Layton game, like, at all. And then they just dropped that, and I'm like, oh yeah, right.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like related.
I'm Layton.
Might I ask why
Layton,
you're
Layton.
here? I heard there was a team attempting to unravel the gruesome truth of my dear glorious chilling end. I'm Chris Pratt, so I came to solve the mystery.
You came to solve the mystery because he was Chris Pratt. Huh?
Well, that would be a great help. Please enlighten us. Deduction time. Getting right into it now. So, without further ado, I present to you the truth. The identity, the black-hearted miscreant responsible for my late life to be's demise. It was... Bray Clegg. Such a dumb... The stagehand.
Well, you're quite the detective, aren't you, Mr. Strapping?
It is an elementary case of deduction, my dear. Firstly, he was crushed by unrequited love. And secondly, the prize simpleton was found holding the murder weapon. I have an idea now. I think it could be strapping. As is seems pretty much Alfendi confirmed. But mostly I feel like maybe Blaze liked Bray more. And he found out.
And
It
poor
could be like that.
Destiny like caught in the crossfire.
Because then the note would make sense from him about betrayal. But it'd just be very hypocritical on his part.
Yeah.
But he seems like the kind of guy to be kind of a massive hypocrite.
Haven't we dealt with like a massive hypocrite already though with the last case? Or
She was more like incredibly proud of her murder than I think trying to even pretend that it wasn't her. She's like, I'm gonna get the insurance money. It's like, okay.
I'll get the insurance, Mary, and marry my dog husband.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Bing, sir. I want to know more about Bing. Does Bing show up later? Please. I want to. I want more
I'm
Bing
so
content. Bing is
confused on
so
what the.
fast.
What is this world?
This world is so weird, but wonderful.
That, my dear Gloria, shuffled off this mortal coil when Bray Clegg put a bullet through her chest. I see you're fairly fixed on your line of inquiry.
Aren't you going to set the substance straight, Prof?
On the contrary, I think Mr. Strapping has some very compelling theories.
But hey, that's just a theory.
Bro,
A murder theory. Thanks for stabbing.
Thanks for stab that like button. You will
Stab
agree
that
with
like
anyone in
button
the
and
room who
absolutely
isn't
must
Lucy, I
assassinate
swear.
that subscriber. Anyways.
So, let the investigation begin.
Perfecto. Dot 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 dot. He stole the profess line. Profess line.
Professor.
Professor. All right. Are you sure Strapping's our man?
That's what our investigation is going to tell us. It's going to be a tough one. I'll need you on top form. That chat didn't go anywhere. Okay, let's go to the wound, because maybe the picture will come up.
Investigating the wound means checking out the body, right?
Would you like... I hate this guy. Would you like a strong man to escort you?
I'll be just fine, thank you very much. Yeah, start investigating.
Alright.
Investigate the body! The blood.
Wait, okay, maybe this could tell something about the timing of the attack with how it's overlaid on top of the fake blood.
Yeah.
Because that would mean... Well, actually, I guess that just tells the fake blood was first, which is exactly how it happened when described, so I don't know. But I think that the order and the obviousness of it could be... to the first corpse. Yeah, there we go. A single shot to the heart from between 1 to 3 meters away, resulting in instant death. Exactly, from the barrel of the very revolver found in Clegg's guilty hand. I'll see that dastard rot in hell.
This is a family-friendly game here.
Dastard. What is that? Is that a word even?
I mean, dastardly exists.
You don't really use dastardly as a noun, though.
Yeah. Please, try to remain calm. Let's continue with our investigation, shall we?
Of course. Dude, excuse D.
Dude, excuse him. Dude, excuse him.
The victim. Let's say the victim passed through the bullet. The bullet passed straight through the victim's body.
It wasn't the bullet's fault for for murdering the victim.
Oh shit!
It was the
victim the murder of this
for
bullet.
through the bullet's body.
We should be able to find it somewhere on the scene. I hear. Oh.
I hear you, Prof. We're looking for a bullet hole now.
We have it.
Painting. Easy painting. Resume investigations.
You know where that is.
Easy.
Not there.
What on earth?
I think
That's not in this area. Bullet hole. This is it, Prof.
Okay, so from the relative positions of this hole in the corpse, we can deduce, theoretically, where the shot originated.
What? Cracking already? Okay. Well, I'll figure it out in a jiffy. My brain died for a second.
Not so fast. We already know that Glory's life was taken by a bullet. Any further investigation about that is a complete waste of time, surely.
The angle, though, the angle.
Oh, so are they implying it could have not been a bullet at all? And that the shot was just a setup? We're just trying to be thorough. It won't take a moment. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense the way that this is positioned. Well, if you waste precious time, minutes, with that miscreant roams free, just get on with it quickly. I didn't read any part of that line correctly, but whatever.
I think miscreant was correct.
No, I just messed up all that grammar, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
That is tough. Because I don't know, my gut feeling was behind the stage, but really, I feel like it'd only be somewhere in the audience.
Maybe no, it has to be through the... It has to be from the audience, right? Because the angle of where she's not fallen backwards, she's fallen forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's probably one of the markers we have to look at.
Oh, let's see the markers then. If it was supposed to be from 1 meter to 3 feet away, that's stage position B, isn't it?
I mean, I'd say that's C. Meters are long enough, but...
B is the angle from the painting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You're right.
So it has to be from here, right? Well, as far as I can tell, it put the shooter about here.
That's my position on stage. That doesn't sound good for you, dude. We're trying to put you in jail.
Exactly.
Sorry, Angel Face, but you're reading the wrong lines. Think again.
How's that the wrong line?
Oh, what's your reasoning, Lucy? I think we're onto it. That proves that this is the location. Body and bullet hole, right?
Yeah, it's the body and bullet hole place. Exactly! That's within 1 to 3 meters distance from the body. Yes, it's indeed likely the shot originated from there. Unless that's your line, I forgot. Oh, this is my line, okay. Aye, this is the spot, all right. The gun must have been fired from right here.
What an extraordinary coincidence, ladies and gents. 1 in a million, the very spot I occupied on stage. That, of course, it's of no relevance whatsoever, as I expected. This has been an utter waste of time. The gleam. On the contrary, this is extremely relevant information.
Yeah, duh.
Pardon me. My voice changes every 5 lines. When the shot was heard, it was pitch black on stage. Shooting the victim dead with a single bullet in complete darkness is bordering on the impossible. Bordering on, perhaps. Yet, alack, my glorious life was taken with one such a miserable slug. Slug that follows you forever and gets closer each day.
Yes.
Whatever you say now, nothing can bring my darling back. Oh, fate, you are a cruel mistress indeed. No, very true. Nothing will bring Miss Blaze back to life, but my time machine that I have under this hat. The final curtain has already fallen. There's nothing more to say.
Are you certain?
Okay, the gun.
Hadn't we better look for the gun that Clegg used, eh?
An excellent idea, and while you do that, I'll start about finding the way to your...
I can read the lines if you would like.
Food. No, he's fine, just like this guy. I have to keep doing a double take where he's just like...
Yeah, this guy does not have any boundaries. Brother. Brother, your wife just died.
Incriminated
Have an affair with someone else. Do you really want to get a third person involved in your sordid affairs? Really?
You better be the guy who did it.
I'd feel like he isn't, because that would be too obvious. Yeah, that's the weapon. I've got it! The murder weapon! This is the gun, alright?
And I think it has to be, because, like, who else? We're already chipping down his boss health bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Quite
we've done that to other people who haven't been the victim, I mean, murderer, but, like...
We never brought in anyone else from the second case. The first case did have more than one person, but this one the last one only had one, and Bing. But
yeah. Brava. Brains and beauty, what am I going to do with you? With good looks.
How about go to jail? Or get a restraining order?
Restraining order.
Yeah. At this rate, Lucy is gonna need to get a restraining order on this guy. Give over! I'm not special!
The barrel of this very gun carried the bullet that pierced my beloved's heart and stole her from me. Led to death. Nice. Would you examine the evidence? That is exactly what you shall find. So now you must ask yourself, what scoundrel was holding the gun? My answer is probably not Clegg. I mean, the obvious answer is just to click Clegg. He's the only one that could be. He's the only other person.
Unless it was a suicide, but I don't think that's what the game's going for.
I mean,
here he is.
I thought about it for a second, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. He's been knocked out while he's still holding the gun.
Excellent work, Angel Face. What fantastic eyes you have.
That's completely irrelevant, brother.
Wow. Perhaps you'd like to come and work for me as my personal assistant?
Brother! No, thanks. I think I'll pass.
Take a hike.
Personal nightmare.
That should have broken his boss bar completely. Pity. Still, at least we now have conclusive proof that Clegg was in possession of the murder weapon. Surely there's more than enough evidence to charge the rapscallion. Let's not forget one rather crucial thing. Alfetti, could you please say something about this dude hitting on your assistant? The workplace harassment going on here. He's not saying anything. Clegg was struck repeatedly in the back of the head.
And didn't get brain damage?
Obviously, the boy did that to himself. Oh, it's the cane, isn't it? He probably used the cane to hit him in the back of the head.
I could see that. I
think that's what's going to end up being. Let's assume for a moment that Clegg is guilty and that he knocked himself out to avoid suspicion. If that was true, it would be very strange indeed. Do you see why, Lucy? Oh, yeah, he fell face down, obviously.
He fell face down, like... Like... I mean, getting hit multiple times, it would take yourself multiple attempts to knock yourself out if you didn't do it right, but...
It's either that or hitting himself multiple times, but...
Yeah, he fell face down.
Okay, never mind.
Oh. Well, it's because he's face down, isn't it? It's a bit odd if someone punched the lights out of him, eh?
No, Precious surely must suggest that Clegg is somehow innocent. You certainly cannot say Clegg is guilty. Let's study his statement. Think about it. If he's hit from behind, I would expect him to end up face down, wouldn't you?
Aye, now you spell it out like that, I suppose you would. Silly me.
So if you were the murderer, what would you do to avert suspicion away from you?
Sure.
Oh yeah, well I mean, you'd have to get rid of the gun first, right? If you didn't want to have suspicion on him, he wouldn't be holding the gun.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless he knocked himself out with the gun, but you know, to knock yourself out with something, you probably have to put it down to find something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that was my first thought. Yeah.
Well, if I were trying to make it look like I hadn't done it, I'd have chucked the gown away for starters.
Exactly. Whatever plot you came up with to divert suspicion away from you, it would not involve holding the gun. No. However you look at it, Clegg would have disposed of the gun before knocking himself out. That just makes sense. Tut tut, you make such assumptions without knowing the man. I tell you, he's a fool, a complete imbecile. That's why he didn't have the brains to figure he's just like, nah, he's stupid.
Nuh-uh, dummy!
That's why he didn't have the brains to figure out he should dispose of the gun. It's really quite obvious.
Really quite obvious.
I see. Well, there's nothing more they can say on the matter then. Fortunately not. The man is a witness, and that's all there— a witless, and that's all there is to it.
Unfortunate for him.
Wow.
Well, that was completely useless.
Well, I think that settles it. Clegg is the killer. There can be no doubt.
My brother in Christ. He was not in the position to kill her.
Yeah, like, he was behind her in the completely wrong area.
He ran all the way back around, but I don't see why he would do that. That sounds stupid. What planet have you been on all this time, eh?
It's rewind time. The victim, Gloria Blaze, was killed by a single bullet. And the person found holding the gun was none other than Clegg. However, Clegg was hit by someone and knocked unconscious.
And if he'd been trying to make it look like he hadn't done it, he'd never have kept hold of the gun.
But he's a complete clot. He hasn't the brains to work that out. And he's a dastard. I don't know how to—
Absolute bastard.
The other thing we know for certain is where Miss Blaze was shot from. I was wrong place.
That's where you were standing on the stage during the performance, Mr. Strapping.
Yes, by a cruel twist of fate, my beloved seems to have been shot from the very spot where I stood. The problem is the timing. To shoot somebody from anything other than point-blank range in total darkness is bordering on the impossible. Then it was a fluke. This is completely irrelevant. Really? What do you mean
Gonna make
irrelevant?
Bendy go Tumblr sexy man mode here soon.
Good lord. This is the most infuriating man alive. However, never mind. He's literally just pulling the card right now.
Yeah.
He's just like, don't think about it. I've just remembered something of vital importance. Oh, well, what's that? Oh,
Then, out of the blue.
the death threat. There's a threatening note, was there not?
Eh?
With that additional evidence, you'll have no choice but to acknowledge Clegg must be the killer.
Handwriting?
Which, yeah, also, since Clegg was behind her, that makes no sense how he could have shot her from the back, placed a note on the front of her chest, and still got her.
Yeah.
Seems we have more investigating to do. Indeed you do. Find the death threat. Yippee.
We already know where the death threat is, though.
Now picture the scene. Clegg falls in love with the beautiful Gloria, but his passion is resolutely rejected. Consumed by self-pity and rage, he sends a death threat to the poor, defenseless flower.
So where's this death threat now, then, eh?
Somewhere at the scene of the crime, naturally.
Oh,
I
naturally.
put it there myself. One of the detectives who came to the theater told me about it. Quite sure it's there.
But you haven't actually seen it with your own eyes, though.
I don't need to see to know what the artless, piffle Clegg no doubt came up with. Sounds like he wrote it. Now go and find it. Find the note that contains the death threat.
I don't feel like Clegg... If you're calling Clegg an idiot, then would he have really had the brains to write down a note?
It just... this whole thing.
Bloody note. Here, Prof. I reckon this must be the death threat, don't you?
Excellent work, Lucy.
That's for the Prof to decide, Mr. Strapping, not you.
You'll pay for betraying me. I see.
Isn't it a bit funny that it says that? Betraying, I mean. Makes it sound like Clegg and Blaze had a fling or something.
Utter tosh. Gloria had only had eyes for me.
You didn't only have eyes for Gloria, though.
Damn. In that case, it seems probable that Mr. Clegg was not the author of the note. That's one possible explanation, yes.
So who were it that Miss Blaze had done the dirty on then, huh?
She was in Lesbians with the other actress.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me. I could see that.
Of course, it's so obvious. The killer must have been a member of the audience. Clary had countless fanatical followers. Picture the scene again, but this time where I'm not incriminating myself. A fan consumed with jealousy over Gloria's engagement to me. Oh, my poor beloved, how you shook like a little lamb whenever you opened one of their tasteless letters. You just watched? This guy...
He just watched.
Okay. This scrap of paper we've been using over is quite obviously a death threat from this unhinged fan. Those fan blades are all over the place. This is a death threat from one of her fans. We're assuming.
Get his handwriting! By heck, Prof! If we have to pull in everyone from the audience for questioning, we'll be here all year.
Buckle up.
Hey up, that's the phone.
Okay, as just...
That is the phone. It is quite literally the phone.
I had a midstream panic of being like, God, I hope the game audio is actually coming through.
Oh. I'm hearing it.
On the stream. It sure... It should be. I mean, that shouldn't be an issue here.
Okay. Yeah?
Maybe. Sorry, I'm just paranoid because it happened last time.
Okay.
Whatever.
I will check the stream myself through Twitch. See if we can...
It seems fine. I'm seeing like the game audio be... I hear the phone though, it's a little quiet. I can turn the game audio up a bit. Yeah, it's a quiet game. I'll just put it on like full because it's pretty quiet. There we go. It's just like, oh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Thank you, Ulhar.
Yes.
We still need to play Battle Crash. I promise I will. ...
There's so many dots.
So tell me, are you two involved?
Oh my gosh!
Can I strangle him? Look for a jump scare. It's okay. It's good to have people. Are you two involved?
Like, you're just strangling him, and I'm just watching in the background, like, oh.
I don't know if I'm gonna jump murder.
It would be like, oh gosh, like maybe Garfield style. I feel like there's a panel of Garfield like strangling someone cartoonishly. That could be a good reference.
Strangling.
Like maybe strangling Odie or something.
Could be.
I don't know.
Involved?
Involved?
I beg your pardon? You must be. Surely. A true stallion would be sure to get a little frisk. Who's up there with such a...
This gameplay dialogue, man.
Hey.
A human wrote this. This was not AI generated.
He's doing the Justin Bieber thing, comparing women to horses for some reason.
I mean, it wasn't 2013.
If I were her, I would take it as an insult to my femininity. Then nothing has happened. You're an offense to women.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a red-blooded male, aren't you?
What?
You're the one talking like an alien. What are you talking about?
Bro,
I hope he just
came out of
admits
the
to
1950s.
killing her right there. It's like, oh, I've killed all my wives.
Just like that other person. Mr. Strapping. That were your manager on the phone. There's a famous chap who once was you at your office.
Good gracious, is that the time? It must be that bore of a £2 billion film I'm supposed to be acting in.
What?
Avengers Endgame. I'm Chris Pratt.
Robert Downey Jr. Actually, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was. Okay. This last one. To Bill.
After they won me's the headliner. What was it now? A pirate film, I think.
Oh no, it's not Robert Downey Jr. It's Johnny Depp. Yeah.
I got Robert Downey Jr. on Johnny Depp confused somehow. A pirate film, I think. Well, it sounds very important. You won't want to keep them waiting, I imagine. Well, seeing as we've proved who the murderer is, I shall take this opportunity to make my exit.
Alright, ta-ta then. We'll be seeing you.
Hope not. Probably behind bars. I'm looking forward to it already, precious.
It's DC Baker to you.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Well,
that was some.
Thank God he's off screen.
That man gets right up my nose. Do you really think he did it?
Without a shadow of a doubt. We still have a number of riddles to solve, but he's a very intelligent adversary. I don't know. There's a couple times he just kind of like stepped on his own foot.
Oh, He doesn't seem that sharp to me.
You very carefully and deliberately diverts the conversation from the most crucial point.
The most crucial point? What's that then?
Whether Blaze was actually shot in the dark or not. I am not so sure about that. Let me see. My thought is it was weird that the fake blood spilled out despite the device being in the garbage. So I could maybe see that she was shot, the device went off, and it just took a while for the blood to stain her clothes and then get everywhere. And maybe there's no signs of bludgeoning on her, but... And then there's another shot that maybe came from the crew dude trying to defend himself. I don't know. That's my only thoughts on that.
Chat lurker jump scare.
Yeah.
Are you saying that Blaze weren't shot when it all went dark?
Do you recall where we concluded the shot was fired from?
From where Strapping had been standing on stage, weren't it?
Yes, and to hit Blaze from that distance with a single shot in the dark would be impossible.
But we know that's where she were done in from, don't we? So...
We do. There's no disputing where that shot was fired from. But when the shot was fired, that's a detail about which we still have some room for maneuver.
What do you mean when it were fired?
I mean, if only it hadn't been pitch black, Blaze would have been an easy shot from that location. Do you see? So now, when do you think that shot was fired that killed Blaze?
There's two options.
During the performance, probably.
It had to have been, right? Exactly! By heck, Prof! Not during the performance!
Exactly. We know where the shooter was standing, and we know there was the noise of a gunshot. When you consider those two facts together, there's only one logical conclusion.
The gun used in the final scene of the play were the real gun.
That does track, maybe with having the prop in, like, the, garbage can. I mean, it was sort of near the garbage can.
Huh.
Correct.
Unbelievable.
We can be almost certain that's the truth of the matter, but it's just a theory at this stage.
Oh my gosh! Game theory. Once again.
It's just a theory. A game theory.
We need to find some evidence that Blaze was actually shot while the performance was underway.
I hear you, Prof. I'm on it. Investigation time.
Yes.
Let's see here. Prove she died mid-performance. So to prove a when. My first thought is to go back here.
Yeah, let's see the blood pack activator.
Oh, wait, I mean, yeah, it's assuming.
I found a remote control, Prof.
That must have been used to detonate the squib and burst Blaz's bladder. Her bladder, fake blood.
Blaze would have been the one to push the button, wouldn't she? So how come it were chucked away here in the bin?
Yes, what does that tell us, do you think, Lucy? That it wasn't used, which is what I came up with earlier.
Exactly. If the remote's here in the bin, then chances are Blaze never pushed the button at all.
There you have it. Despite failing to trigger the squib, blood poured from Blaze's wound during the performance.
Because she were actually shot with a real gun.
And we have the entire audience as witnesses.
That's hard evidence then, isn't it, Prof?
Yes, well done.
Hee hee hee.
Let's hand the remote over to forensics and have them confirm the button was never pressed.
I'll go and ask them right this minute. A small bit of time later. I've been and asked them. I've been thinking while I was gone. Why would you want to kill someone in front of all them witnesses, eh?
That, Lucy, is the biggest mystery with this case. If his aim had even been slightly off, he'd have given himself away in an instant.
It's hard to see what was driving him, I must say.
Well, there's no point worrying about what you don't yet know. Let's continue our investigation based on what we do know. Blaze was shot with a real gun in the final scene of the performance. And now that we've established that, because it was in red, the events that followed in the darkness start to fall into place.
Oh, there's plenty of questions need answering now.
Firstly, her scream. Secondly, the gunshot that rang out through the darkness. Let's get to the bottom of those two curiosities. I kind of forgot about the screen thing. But,
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Scream, I guess.
So if...
So if Blaze were dead as a doornail before it already went dark, she'd have had a hard job screaming, eh?
Most obvious explanation is that it was someone else who screamed, which could really only be the other actress.
Oh.
Was it all of them working together? Is that what this is gonna end up being?
Destiny did it.
But then where she got shot made no sense because she was backstage.
Hmm.
So Lucy, who do you think actually let out the scream in the darkness? I mean,
Destiny.
the thing is, if someone gets shot, they're not dead like immediately.
Maybe. Destiny could be.
I mean, when the lights came off, Destiny was right next to the body, so it would make sense with her location.
Yeah. Roscoe bumped into her on the way out. She could have moved.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this.
Exactly.
There we go.
Well, if it weren't Blaze who screamed, the only other possibility is that Nox lass.
Quite. Neither Strapping nor Clegg could have convincingly imitated a woman's scream. We think. But that's not quite the whole story. We already have evidence to suggest that Strapping told Nox to scream.
We do?
Yes, it's all there in the suspect statements. Which statement tells us when Strapping was probably told her to scream? After my exit, I went straight to my dressing room. And I heard the gunshot, which means this would have happened after he actually killed her.
Yeah.
That could have been the time when he went backstage. When I came back onto the stage, the lights were up and... Okay. After the blackout, I heard her scream. I'd know her scream anywhere. She's my absolute idol. It was definitely her.
Oh.
After the scream, I heard a gunshot right next to where I was standing. It was pitch black, so I couldn't remember anything. When he made his exit from stage, Mr. Strapping bumped into Destiny.
It may be that one.
He made his
I panicked
exit.
a bit. It wasn't the script.
Yeah, that could be there. When I was attacked to someone who knocked me, I didn't see that. I can't see there's a gun in my hand. Could be this one.
Thinking that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, we're so smart. Hey, up! Mr. Strapping bumped into Destiny. That sounds dead fishy, that does.
Agreed. Knocking her over would have given him ample time to tell her what he wanted her to do.
What? So Nox was an accomplice then?
Not exactly. If she were really his accomplice, they would have plotted the whole thing together from the start.
Aye. Why didn't they? It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Seems there's yet more to this case than meets the eye.
More?
I think everyone did it.
Let's get this straight. If Blaze were killed during the performance, what were the shots that everyone heard when the lights went out?
My guess is that it was fired by Strapping as part of the whole deception. There's sure to be evidence on the scene somewhere that proves he fired a second shot. There is, actually. I just remembered, because the gun barrel has like 8, right? And there were... how many? It's definitely not 7, but there were only 5 bullets left, right?
Yeah, there were 5 bullets left, so only 1 shot went off. Eh?
Because it can't be 7... I don't know enough about guns to know if 7 chambers exist. But I feel like, because that'd be just inconvenient to make.
6 chambers. I don't know of any gun that has 7. That being said, I am also not as big of a nerd, so...
I'd
I'd best get looking then.
Intrigue. So, anything to prove you shot a second time. Wrong.
Maybe the gun itself, because there's the replica gun.
Only fire blanks, swimming the oil used to lubricate.
Oh. Wait, what if that's the gun that was used to knock out
Could have been.
yeah. I feel like it is, because there's lubricant on the walls. That doesn't prove that a second shot was fired, though.
Could be it. 5 unused bullets. I was gonna say this probably.
Is this it?
Fortunately, no. I would look for something else. Okay, whatever. It wasn't. So, yeah. 7 chamber, not a thing. So, evidence of another shot.
Maybe the oil stains.
I'm thinking.
It's either the oil stains or the replica gun itself, because the replica gun still has to be used for this to work.
Yeah,
That's
because they
how
just need
it's-
the sound. They don't need to actually shoot something. I think oil stains is the sign of a struggle to beat up Clegg, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Ulfar and say replica gun.
Yeah. This is what he used. Strapping must have used this replica gun, no? I bet that's it.
Let's see, the prop gun was found behind the set. He would have had to work his way around to knock out Clegg from here then, if you're right. So even this idea that you can support your
The oil
sentences?
stains.
Yeah.
Easy.
Or moving
Easy.
backwards
The
through
oil
this
stain.
organ in it. You know, you found the oil stains evidence first.
Yeah, we did this a bit incorrect.
The struggle.
These oil stains are a bit telling, aren't they?
Ah, yes, that must be from the oil used to lubricate the replica gun. Near replica moment.
Near moment. I need to continue playing Near. Dang it. I was enjoying it so much, and then I just didn't. I just played Skyrim instead.
They're about the same game.
Yeah. He must have been running his hand along the back of the set here to feel his way into the dock.
Without a doubt. And that's how Strapping worked his way over to where Clegg was. He groped around in the dark until he located him, then hit him and knocked him out.
Nasty stuff.
This shows that the person who had the replica gun passed this way. In other words, it's proof that Strapping crossed the back of the stage in the dark, because he's one of the people that used that door.
We're getting closer, Prof.
We've homed in on the truth, it seems.
And prove that Strapping's the killer.
And is he gonna say a but actually after this? Oh.
But actually,
But actually, it was me the whole time. The dog. Oh, that's the phone.
Bing.
Bing comes
Bing
back.
did it.
Oh, that's the phone.
I'll get it.
Said that like he didn't know what a phone was.
It were forensic. They said the remote switch weren't pressed, just as we thought.
Nice. Any other fingerprints? That clinches it. Clinches it. That really clinches it.
Rio clinching.
He's doing his
Shall
Ace
I-
Attorney pose.
Shall I call Strapping in?
There's still something that's troubling me a little, but I'm sure we've got enough. Yes, call him in.
I can't tell you how much I've been waiting for this.
Dude, same. Let's
Yes.
kill him.
Oh, here comes
And
the
for the
fun
cool
music.
music.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Questioning time.
I wasn't expecting you'd want to see me so soon, precious.
Don't get the wrong idea, Mr. Strapping.
Let's kill him. Come now, don't be bashful. I like a woman who takes the bit between the teeth. Who are
Excuse
you?
me. I'm telling you, this is strictly business.
Literally trying to get you in jail. Mr. Strapping, if I may. Offend you, please. Say so. We have managed to identify the criminal responsible for murdering your fiancée. I knew it. Didn't I tell you it was someone from the audience, eh? Tell me the wretch's name. That dastard.
Absolute dastard.
Well, I
Mr.
mean,
Criminal is you. Oh, heart go a-cracking. The killer, Mr. Strapping. Dun dun dun! Was you!
oh, precious. If you want to get my attention, there are more effective ways, you know. Just...
Like, dying? I would get my...
No, Mr. Strapping. Lucy's quite serious. You killed Miss Blaze. What a disappointment. You really are an artless pair. I already laid it out for you on a platter. The killer was hiding in the audience. He or she made their way onto the stage in the darkness and pulled the trigger. With one fateful bolt, my dog's heart was pierced and her love rent asunder. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa! Sorry, but that doesn't stack up.
My wife was murdered, oh well.
It's just like my husband was murdered, oh well. It'd be impossible to have us killed her with a single shot, and here's why.
Impossible with a single shot. Because it's pitch black.
Yeah. When the gunshot was heard, the stage were in total darkness. How could anyone have taken aim when they couldn't even see what to aim at?
Yes, I remember you suggesting that idea before. In which case, surely the accusation of my guilt meets with a sticky end, no? On the contrary.
On the contrary.
It is precisely the fact that Miss Blaze was killed with a single bullet that incriminates you, Mr. Strapping. I'm quite sure I don't follow. An explanation, sir, if you please. He was shot during the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're getting there.
Miss Blaze weren't killed during the blackout at all, was she? No, her life ended a few months earlier. On stage, during the finale of the show, in front of a full house.
What a fantastical idea. Your imagination is wasted on this job, Precious. You should hand in your notice to become a dramatist.
There's naught imagined about it!
Then, pray tell, how do you explain the blood-curdling scream that pierced the darkness? Every member of the audience in the full house of which you speak heard of a woman's scream.
It was Destiny.
Yeah, it's her.
I'd be willing to bet it was Miss Knox that screamed.
What's rot? You're clutching at straws now. Everyone actually there said it was Gloria who screamed.
That's just because when the lights came back up, they saw Miss Blaze lying dead on stage. Faced with a scene like that, who wouldn't assume that they were the last that just screamed?
And just before the lights went out, you bumped into Miss Knox. It's in Mr. Clegg's statement. That's when you told her you were going to need her to scream once you cut the lights. You're quite deluded. This is all utter fabrication.
We're not deluded at all. You know it's the truth. Stop trying to deny it.
I have absolutely no recollection of anything you're saying. No.
What, brother?
I don't remember. Your so-called evidence is all circumstantial. Do you actually have any conclusive proof at all? I haven't seen a shred of hard evidence.
We've got proof, all right. How about this for starters?
That she, okay. Irrefutable.
Say the model.
proof.
I'm saying the model gun because it was in the trash.
That he did it. Oh no, wait, no, it was the fake blood. The remote switch. It's a remote switch.
Yeah.
Fake gun was from hitting
Yeah.
Clegg.
Isn't that the squib remote? Oh wait, never mind. Lol. Aye.
Which should you have been carried by Miss Blaze for her to push the button in time with you firing the blank?
But, Mr. Strapping, the button were never pressed. So it's a bit hard to explain where all that blood came from in the final scene, eh?
No, that can't.
There's only one explanation for it to make any sense. I think you know what that is, don't you, Mr. Strapping? She were bleeding because you shot her with a real gun.
Clearly, Glory just forgot to take the remote control with her that time.
There's no way out of this, Mr. Strapping. You can't explain it away. You shot her. No question.
Nuh-uh. Mystery solved. Whoa, wait a sec. What's going on now?
Oh.
He's got a little bit in him.
You what?
You overwhelmed me with your barrage of a logical claptrap, and now I've recovered my poise. I'm not guilty. I was framed. Clegg was behind the whole thing.
I don't much care for your constant ducking and diving, Mr. Strapping.
I had no idea. When I pulled the trigger, I thought it was the replica gun. But oh, what a cruel error. I only realized my mistake after the fatal deed was done. You mean like just like a minute ago when you were called out on it? And this has not been something you've talked about at all?
Okay. Yeah, sure, buddy.
It was the recoil that alerted me to the truth.
I've just had about enough of your lies. You can't trick us anymore.
Oh my god. Oh, but my dear Lucy, he's telling the truth.
You
now.
activated Tumblr Man Suxy mode.
Oh god.
Oh, crikey, not again!
Someone very carefully arranged for a real gun that looked exactly like the replica. What do you mean he's telling the truth? Wouldn't he have known?
Oh my
then?
gosh!
Yes, that part of all this is very much a predetermined crime. But what about literally everything? But everything that followed. That wasn't driven by lust, nor by heartache, nor by insanity even. What followed was more than an ad-lib scramble to hide the truth.
Eh? Come on, Prof, you're not saying there was someone else involved that switched the guns over?
Oh yes, there was someone else involved, the mastermind behind this whole charade. Just the sort of killer I like. Wow. He's become a true crime podcaster. That's just the sort of
killer I like.
like. You're getting rather carried away in your soliloquy. But despite your crazy demeanor, I believe you've got the truth, Inspector. He better not be innocent. I hate this guy. Indeed, the root of all this evil is Clegg. He's the one who switched the guns. After all, the man was head over heels in love with Gloria.
Bit of a funny way to show it, isn't it?
Why then, you asked, did he feel the need to kill Gloria in front of a theater full of onlookers? The answer, of course, is stare you all in the face.
Hey, enough of this high and mighty know-it-all attitude, eh? You're the guilty one, don't forget.
Guilty. Moi. Au contraire. I can say it right, but I don't want to.
Au contraire.
Au contraire. I'm
Yes.
a victim at all of this. Listen to you two yapping like dogs. There's no way to speak to your assistant. Am I going to cut out your tongues to get you to shut up? There's really no need for your violence, Inspector.
Aye, keep your hair. Imagine if that's just a wig.
Discord just ate that line. It's just flatlined. So,
Perfect.
strapping. Yes, what is it, sir? You pulled the trigger of what you thought was a replica gun and shot a bullet straight through Blaze's heart. Then, to avert suspicion, you cut the lights and had Nox scream as you fired off a blank. This is so contrived, but I was wondering how the lights played into any of this, because it had to be someone behind the stage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bro could have said he was framed from the start, and that would have been way less suspicious than anything he's been doing for the past hour.
Yeah.
And just to be sure, you fumbled your way over to keep trying to read his name as Chegg. To Clegg.
Shag.
Knocked him out and put the gun in his hand. That's very sexy of you. Isn't that how it happened? To the letter, bravo, Inspector. A brilliant deduction.
You're admitting it now? I didn't think you'd fold that easily. Ugh, so you're a coward as well as a crook.
What are you talking about? I did it for justice. Direct your scorn at Clegg. He switched the guns. He's the true criminal. Clegg switched the guns. Don't make me laugh. Please, it better not be that this dude had no idea what's going on.
Nox switched the
Remember
guns.
Blaze's dead body? That mouse of a man doesn't have the flair for such an inspired death.
Inspired death? Eh?
Oh, my god. Oh yes, inspired and beautiful. It's a very sexy death. Murder's hot, everyone. That's what we're getting here.
Murder.
The final scene. The audience on the edge of their seat, then pow, straight through the heart. Blood everywhere. The stage awash with crimson glory. This reads like reading someone's AO3 alternate universe Professor Layton fanfic.
Yes.
Bro switched
This
his
is great.
into the like horror tale AU universe.
Howard.
I think it's called horror tale, glitch tale. There's like a million.
There's so many tales.
Magnificent. What do you agree? Can you go back to being normal now? Is this fellow quite alright? What are you talking about?
There's not magnificent about murder, Prof.
Really shouldn't be in this line of work. You don't see? You don't see how
No,
got
I
these
do not.
You don't see how they got these scars? You see?
And I don't much want to. Not the way you're seeing things right now, anyhow.
He is going through. Haha. Haha. At least you're plucky. Think, Lucy, who is the mastermind behind this crime? What is the evidence that proves it? You've both seen the evidence already. Couldn't it be more plain?
It would have had to
I mean,
be
it has to
Destiny.
be
but-
Destiny, because literally who else could it be if he's saying he's
Yeah.
innocent and Barry is not? Maybe Bray. Oh, two of them.
Oh, it's a twofer.
Ah, that's new. What piece of evidence reveals the true mastermind? So the evidence that it's Destiny. Okay.
Uh,
I mean, evidence that she did it. This ladder does not come up at all, but I really don't know. Oil stains. Gosh, because this is actually tricky.
replica. I don't know.
True mastermind. I mean, so someone's switching. I feel like it'd have to be the replica gun. That's all I can think of for this. Is just because it's away.
Yeah.
What are you trying to suggest, Precious? Oh, I see what you're trying to do, you little... you little minx. Saying something outrageous to get my attention.
My gosh. Not on your Nelly.
Stop bickering, you two, or I'll stop you myself. My scars. I don't know. Gloria.
Sure.
You know why I think that? Because of her name. It's all the evidence I have to go off of this. Her name is Gloria Blaze. This is the only reason
Also,
I think she could have done
I don't think anyone would want to be engaged to Roscoe anymore.
And I'm gonna say the evidence is the notes.
Yeah.
Because it would make sense coming from her, which is why I briefly thought suicide.
Wait, there's no note. It's not
There's no
saying anything
note.
about the note. Yeah, sure.
I don't...
We're gonna be here for a while if this is the case.
I mean, that really doesn't prove anything that she didn't use it. I don't know. Herself.
Sure. Not on your Nelly. Something.
No.
It could be a suspect.
It would be wild if it was her. I kind of think it might still be, but there's not much evidence for it. Switch the guns. Okay, let's just choose someone. Because I need to recheck the evidence. Okay, old revolver that killed her. 5 unused cylinders. I mean, 5 unused bullets. The true mastermind. I just didn't think it was even going to take a turn like this.
Neither did I.
Okay, bullet through the chest. Yeah. I don't know. Revolver in hand, struck multiple times in the back of the head. I mean, it can't be him if he was knocked out. So,
Yeah.
there could be evidence to suggest that it's her because Clegg was not available.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
Saying something outrageous to get my attention. He gets edgy. I don't know.
Unidentified person.
But, I mean, how did a random audience member get backstage like that?
I do not know.
Switch guns.
It has to be the replica, right?
We're gonna have to go through every single combination. Oh boy.
There's so many. There's so
What
many
logic
combinations.
is there
Just speed
here?
run. The fact we have to choose 2 is annoying.
I like that song new. This is a twist that
new.
kind of comes out of completely nowhere. I'm like, I was not prepared to think about
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Also,
still think
how
it'd be
could
funny
Bray
if it was-
do it? Bray would have had to do if
He would have had to do it and then get knocked out. It's
If
not him.
Bray
There's
did-
no way it's him.
Bray did squish the Bray did switch the guns, then he would have had to go up the ladder and then change the lights. And
Someone smuggled the gun in. That's true. We haven't really thought about that. Or like where the original even came from. And that would make the most sense to be Bray.
Yeah.
Because he is the boss. But then, okay, let's just see.
He has the prop.
The true mastermind that switched them. So let's think here.
God.
Sell twice.
Just Clegg and Clegg.
Wait,
ladder. What if the ladder does prove it though?
Well,
from the upper level, one can gain access to the lighting bridge.
It makes sense that could be where the lights were switched off from.
Exactly. Someone would have had to switch off the lights, and he would have been the one to do it.
We can try it.
No, of course not.
It makes sense if I'll do Bray and then Replica.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if they weren't switched, what would the outcome be? And be that he was on the ground holding the replica gun, but
yeah,
I don't think this really makes any sense as to how that's evidence.
I don't know. This case just took a nosedive.
We're so smart. We're so smart.
Intelligent. We're totally not just guessing. There's at least like 30 different options here.
It's turned into that part of Ace Attorney where you kind of just click everything in your inventory until something gets a response.
And
okay. Are all the stage positions here? Or...
It's just the stage position B because it's the important one.
Yeah, okay.
Oil, wait. There's the oil mark.
There is. Which is really only useful for knowing that strapping knocked Gray out. Assuming that is still even a thing now, since we just kind of threw out everything.
Strapping would have had to be the one to knock Bray out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could see, because Destiny was on the stage at the time.
Yeah, this doesn't say anything about Blaze doing it. It's probably not Blaze. I just think it'd be really funny if it was.
It would be. That would be
like,
hilarious.
If the note was there, I'd say that'd be almost enough evidence. A ladder. True masterminds. No logic to that. Oh, whatever.
There's no logic to any of this anymore.
Dude went into psycho mode in order to think about psycho answers. Okay, realistically, Bray or Nox.
Yeah.
An audience member could have brought the gun in, but that doesn't explain switching them. What would a corpse say about Destiny's thing? Probably. I mean, the distance doesn't make sense or matter because the guns were switched, so that does not matter. What matters is how she could have gotten it in the other person's hand. Model of a gun.
Wait. had a thought, but then it just passed.
Where?
There's something about the replica, like... What if Clay had the replica on him?
Didn't we already try?
Because
Clay?
if Clay switched the replica with the real gun, then But wait, why would Roscoe go to the back and then knock Clay out or Bray out?
I think if you're going with his frame theory, he probably saw that Bray had the gun in his hand and then knocked him out because he thought that he shot him, or to try and divert suspicion.
Sure. Roscoe
I'm
and the
gonna
gun.
try
I
Roscoe
don't
and the
know.
gun.
I don't know, man. Something's gonna work, right?
Let's go.
Stop bickering, you two. Well, we've been bickering for so long, so like, why haven't you stopped it yet?
Yeah, just say something.
Gosh dang.
Roscoe, gun.
There are 40 solutions. One of these works. We already did the two guns. Right, or...
But not with Roscoe thing.
I don't know. Honestly, why is this guy so worried about bickering? We've been bickering for like 15 minutes practically. You should have stopped it by now. Why are you not stopping it? I thought you wanted to stop
I don't
it.
think the bullet hole matters, right? Like, it doesn't matter. We know that he shot her. We're trying to say that it was him being framed.
That's obvious.
So bullet hole does not matter to this app.
No, it does not.
Clegg, does he matter?
Like,
He was
probably
struck,
matters.
knocked unconscious, and he had the gun in his hand. But it had to have
We
been
never
planted
went
there
to
by...
forensics and got more of the prints, though.
Yeah, but...
That's so stupid.
It had to have been him. Just
Sure.
not... It can't be him. I mean, Clegg didn't shoot them. That's too obvious.
Clegg didn't shoot.
I feel like I need a
Due to
Word
the
document
angle.
open trying to write this out.
Roscoe, okay, if Roscoe had the real gun in his hand, then why did he put... He could have knocked Clegg out with the original revolver. He didn't need the replica. Why is the replica even in play here? Unless Clegg has the replica. I think if anything, Roscoe would have knocked Clegg out with the real revolver, then took the replica for an unknown purpose. Then that doesn't explain the smear marks.
Well, it's because the lights were out and he was like feeling around.
Supposedly, but
Supposedly. Oh, it's on the thing here, so I'm just going to assume.
but no fingerprints are present. Sure. It's either that or we
Actually,
look this up.
I have an idea. I think it could be Bray and then the remote
Bray.
switch. Because if he's in charge of props and stuff, that means he could have been the one to keep the switch away from her.
Exactly.
Because the fake blood is kind of the cover that this all operated under.
Exactly. No. No, heaven forbid we
Okay.
be. Heaven forbid we actually think this through and then figure it out.
Go down the list.
Destiny with the thing.
Is Destiny on the stage with a Clegg? Is just like Ace Attorney. Or any point-and-click
turning
game eventually also becomes this.
Oh my gosh.
Please, I want to take the BRB so I can eat some lunch.
Yeah, I want
You're
to take the
getting in between me
BRB so I
and
can...
eating a sandwich.
Yeah, surely this game's not going to deprive us of food at this rate. I just want some snacks.
Yeah. I swear, there is something about me that says it's her, but literally I don't know what it could be. I just, for some reason, I have a gut feeling it's her.
But what about the... Wait, try marking it with the blood pack.
Oh, the remote? I could.
Oh,
I just didn't think that made much sense, but... Because she
didn't
doesn't
bring
have her
it out.
fingerprints on her. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
It works! Oh.
We passed that!
I was like,
If we're
there's
Gloria
no way.
Blaze! She's a mastermind behind the whole thing.
Didn't they say it didn't have her fingerprints on it because they, like, proved
What?
she didn't
No.
use it? Although I think maybe
Let's
they worded
go.
it as proved it wasn't pressed. But, like, I think
That's stupid, but
maybe she had gloves
very
on. I don't-
epic.
Oh my god. I knew it. But, like,
Let's go.
that was the other
Freaking-
part?
Freaking teamwork. And it's the remote control that proves it. $100%.
100. You've really lost the plot now, precious. Glory's the victim of this terrible crime, not the perpetrator. Lucy's absolutely right.
Thank goodness. You're back, Prof.
Sorry if I alarmed you. Dude, what is
This is so
wrong with
calmly.
you? Just get that checked.
My brother in Christ, you're acting like a feral animal whenever a murderer appears.
Can't help it. Murder's so sexy and hot. Yes, the remote control we found discarded in the rubbish bin. I believe Miss Blaze threw it away on purpose. What a ludicrous suggestion. Why on earth would she do such a thing? Because Miss Blaze planned all of this from the start. She was responsible for switching the guns.
She knew she were going to be shot dead that day. So she had no use for the remote control.
That's just nonsensical.
I kind of
Yeah.
agree.
Same. I don't understand. Me either. I mean, I had
Why?
evidence with that note because, like, there's really only so many people that could have had the opportunity to place a note like that on her. The main suspect being herself, but, like,
Yeah.
why would Gloria orchestrate her own murder, for goodness sakes? Yes, what was going through Miss Blaze's mind to make her take such extreme measures? It's gonna be in the note. The answer to that is written in a message, which you have already seen with your own eyes. What message? The message that Miss Blaze wrote to you and left for you to find. Lucy, would you care to explain? Okay. We know. Death threat.
Death threat. Die.
Yeah!
Kill that guy.
Absolutely broke.
Actually,
You'll
she
pay for
wasn't
betraying
wearing
me.
gloves. How did they not find her? Whatever.
Brother!
I feel like there could have been more explanation during the forensics section that she had touched it, but never was used. Would have made that a bit more obvious to find.
That's what Miss Blaze wrote. She meant that message for you.
Is it starting to make sense now?
No, absolutely not.
Not the affair. But you shouldn't have killed herself like this because of a silly affair. You have to be out of your mind. I think it's fair to say Miss Blaze is not of sound mind. Driven to madness as she was, Mr. Strapping, by you. Divorce.
That's one way to get a divorce.
Welcome to divorce
From
court.
life.
Yeah.
Me and life are breaking up. We had a good, like, 30... Al, are you here?
I forgot about this, dude.
Oh, hello, Detective Lawson. have you got some new info for us?
Yes, I have. The lads have found it in a typewriter in Blaze's room identical to the one used to type the note you found.
Oh, there was a type note. They didn't even mention that either.
Brother? I mean, that
No,
makes
he
sense
was-
why we didn't.
Yeah, because I was like, no one's talking about the handwriting.
Exactly.
And they've proved it was Blaze who ordered the gun, too.
That's the proof we needed.
Lovely job.
Ooh.
Who'd have guessed the victim was the mastermind behind the whole thing? I'm amazed you figured it out.
Yeah, it took a lot of trial and error and kind of moon logic.
So
But
much. I'm just stumbling into blind logic. Hee hee.
So tell me, exactly who did figure it out? Hmm?
What do you mean? The Prof and me, of course. Who else?
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't follow.
sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to have to leave.
Oh? It's not like you to head off so early, Prof. Everything alright?
Yes, perfectly. There's just a program I like to see on the television. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Okie dokie. See you later.
Bye, Al. Nice work.
I bet the Prof's... What?
Figured? I don't know. Old English words
That's
be
weird.
weird.
I bet the Prof's tired after all that excitement.
Excitement? What do you mean?
I'll tell you what I mean.
Welcome to the Winx voice acting hour. Layton goes home to
Yep.
watch TV. Good ending. He deserves it after all the... Okay, well, I mean, I don't think he really deserves a job after how much he's like, I love murderers and I love to kill people.
I bet he's watching a true crime show. That's the program. When he starts to getting on a roll with his questions and that, he changes. It's ever so sudden when it happens.
I see. And how does it change exactly?
Like you wouldn't believe. For starters, his hair goes all wild and disheveled. It hangs down from his eyes. It's that creepy it is. Makes him look evil, it does.
I see. Anything other than his hair that changes about him?
Oh, it's his whole personality. It's the worst bit about it. It's the way he says stuff, I suppose.
But he idealizes murders. Murder.
Yeah.
I-
Maybe about that.
Maybe. Just
Turns
doesn't it?
into-
Just
Just
maybe?
blood everywhere, and then he reached out the TV.
Blood.
Turns into this horror tale EU version.
Hyper realistic Layton jump scare.
Hey, for
He gets all-
realistic Layton.
He gets all high and mighty and Marty, and well, just plain scary if truth be told. I mean, do you know what he said to me and the fellow that were here before when we were arguing?
No, what?
He said we were yapping like dogs and he'd have to cut out our tongues. And he were being serious.
You can't blame the man for Emma's sense of humor.
Dude,
It weren't funny! He's so intense. I'm telling you, it's dead frightening.
Must be very difficult.
Aye, well, that dark side of his is starting to get up my nose. He's this far away from a Lucy Lamping.
gonna beat him up.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, try not to lose your patience.
Oh, I'm trying. Hard.
I want to see Lucy lose it. on him.
Same.
And
I
also
want to
some
try
of the
voice
people she
acting
has
that.
to, some of the people she has to deal with.
Yeah.
By the way, Al doesn't ever come out with any unfamiliar names when he's like that, does he?
Yeah?
You know, he doesn't start talking about people or places that have nothing to do with the case.
Hmm? No, I can't say he does. I'll tell you something he did say, though. He said death were inspired and beautiful.
Really?
Why are you so interested anyway?
Because there's a man with that exact description who's wanted for killing the rest of the office.
No
Reason, really. Is just. Well, if he does mention any strange names while he's like that, be sure to let me know. On the quiet, okay?
On the quiet?
Yes. Be better for Al that way.
How come?
It just would. Trust me.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Just make sure he doesn't find out you're reporting to me.
Sus.
Effendi is sus.
Alright then.
Dustin
Uh,
Scours.
Walking corpse.
Sandwich time. I need to eat something. I'm really hungry.
It's break time, it's break time.